Have you ever played Duel Links and just wondered why can't all the time be my turn? And that's what this deck does. It makes your opponent's turn into our turn. Hello everyone and welcome back to Game Panda. Today we are playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and today we are playing an artifact deck. If you know anything about artifact, you know that, like I mentioned in the intro, you play during your opponent's turn. That's the whole way that you can really use this deck. But sadly, in Duel Links, you don't have the support that's needed for this deck to be really good. So really, we are just using it as a rank 5 Xyz engine, essentially. So if you look at the deck here, I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's so many better ways of playing this. I'm going to show you guys how to make this better, actually. First, let's go through the deck. We got 3 artifact Vajras, we got 3 artifact Chakrams, we got 1 star drawing, 2 artifact Beagle Tatches, 3 artifact Labries, 2 MSTs, 3 Griffin's Feather Dusters, and 3 Oops. And then for our extra deck, we're running Chaos number 80, Requiem in Berserk, Super Quantal Mech Beast Mangler, Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray, Zexal Weapon Leo Arms, number 61 Volcanosaurus, Tiras the Keeper of Genesis, number 19 Friezadon, and Wind Up Arsenal Zenmo, yeah, sure, that's what we're gonna call it. So, like I said, this isn't the perfect version of this deck, and if this was, what I would do is get rid of Griffin's Feather Duster, get a double Cyclone in here. I would get 3 double Cyclones so that way I can play during my opponent's turn, and then I would actually add a second star drawing and maybe get rid of a third of Labris. And this would be the ideal artifact deck in my mind, but right now I don't really have those cards, and I don't feel like this deck is worth potentially using gems on and stuff like that. So I'm going to run with what I have, and you could probably do the same, but I recommend you have these certain things guaranteed in your deck. You need to have 3 Vajras, you need minimum of 2 Chakrams, minimum of 1 star drawing, you need to have some kind of quick play spell card that allows you to destroy your own trap cards or spell cards during your opponent's turn. Oops is a good card for that because it is a trap card. You can activate it during your opponent's turn. I'm really just using Griffith's Feather Duster to activate Chakram. That's why I have 3 of this and 3 of that. And then your extra deck, use any rank 5 Xyz monsters that you have, but I recommend you have Volcanosaurus in there. I recommend that you have this Wind Up Arsenal card because you are able to destroy 2 set cards on the field, including your own and your opponent's, so that's very nice to have as well. And our big ace kind of setup thing is having an Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray out there. If you can get 3 of your artifacts out there, you're literally set because you can summon Utopia Ray here and attach the Zexal Weapon, and you got 5,500 attack points and you're good. We also are running the ability Fairy Smile on Tori, because Fairy Smile, what it does is that it gives us 1,000 life points every time we draw a fairy monster, and all of these are fairy monsters except for star drawing. So fairy, 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 and fairy. Everything is fairy except for star drawing, so we're constantly gaining life points, which, you know, is not bad. I'm assuming you can run this with anyone you want. Just make sure you guys have an ability that could potentially help. I could see you using the Archive ability, I think it's called, the MST Destiny Draw. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get ourselves right into a duel. Alright guys, so we found our opponent here. We got Artemis, bronze rank 2. Okay, let's see. He's playing as a Seto Kaiba, so hopefully we're not facing off against the Blue Eyes. Because like I said, this deck is not at its best, and it's not a deck that I would really put a lot of gems into. So, it's not going to do that great. But we have an Oops here. And then we have the red one, which could help us summon itself. And then a Chakram. So we can get 3 monsters out there this turn, I think. If I play this correctly, we should be able to get 3 monsters out there and have our ace out, the Zexal Weapon Leo thing. So we're going to gain 1,000 life points like that. We're going to set our 2 Beagle Touches and then set an oops so we can end our turn. And then we see what our opponent does. Hopefully he doesn't do anything too crazy, because we might actually have a chance to set up fairly nicely here. He ends his turn. Beautiful. That's what you want to see. We can activate oops, destroy one of these guys. Then we can activate Chakram's effect and return this one. I kind of messed up. I didn't realize Chakram's effect worked like that. Ah, man, I should have activated him second, but that's okay, I guess. This can still work. We can still work with it. We're not gonna get our Utopia out there, but it's okay. Feather Duster. Actually, we might get our Utopia out there. We can activate Griffin's Feather Duster, because that's what the Griffin's Feather Duster is there for. It's to bring out a Chakram. We can return you back to our hand, and then we'll have 3 rank 5 or 3 level 5 monsters out there. Then we can reset our other one. We can special summon our Utopia. Alright, hear me out, we got this. Hold up. We special summon our Utopia, then we activate its effect, okay? We can detach a Chakram. We can bring in Zexal Weapon Leo Arms. And now we are at our strongest here. But now that we have Leo Arms out there, it does get a little bit harder to summon another monster. So he had a magical cylinder there, which really sucked. But it's okay, we're going to gain back life points next turn, presumably, if we draw another monster. So I think our next target to bring out is a Volcanosaurus. That's our next Xyz monster that we want to bring out. Let's see what our opponent does.
One eternity later.
So he goes ahead and summons Protector with Eyes of Blue. He's obviously got a Blue Eyes deck. We're going to go ahead and activate Utopia Ray's effect to negate his effects, so that way he can't bring out a Blue Eyes. There we go. So now he's going to lose this turn unless that trap card... Wait, what? What? He had a set Blue Eyes White Dragon? What ability did he have? Did he have the Blue Eyes ability that lets him set? Presumably he does. Which I did not see that one coming. Yeah, he's got Blue Eyes Dimension. Yep, that's the one. Okay, that's okay. Let's see what he's got here. He's got an Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. Okay. So we got a Labrys here. We can't actually activate it or set it, what I should say. We can, however, attack with our Utopia. Get rid of his Synchro monster here. Let's see, he's got Iron Scarecrow. Great. That kind of ruins our whole situation here, because he can constantly just activate Iron Scarecrow unless we get an MST and get rid of it, which is something that I am looking to do. We can go ahead and activate Utopia's effect here, negate that effect, so that way he can't bring back another Blue Eyes. Goodbye. The Blue Eyes doesn't come back, and let's see what he's got now. Let's see, he summons another Protector. Okay, so we might have wasted the ability of Utopia, but it's okay. What's he gonna do with another Blue Eyes here? Oh, he's gonna get rid of our Zexal Weapon. Okay, that's not what we're looking for. That is not what we're looking for. Okay, that's interesting. He decides to get rid of... Oh, okay. That's interesting tactic there.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
We set a Vajra here, and then we end our turn. Hopefully now we maybe get a MST or an Oops. That way we can go ahead and get rid of Vajra and then summon a Volcanosaurus. Yeah, I think that's the play. That is not something that we're looking for right there. But we will be able to special summon you. So actually, do we have another 3 monsters required one? No. We can only activate your effect once? No. Okay. So we might actually be able to get multiple Xyz monsters out there, I think. Maybe. Not 100% sure on how Labrys's effect works. If we can summon it twice or not, but it's okay. I don't know why he keeps trying to activate Azure Eyes' effect. It's not going to happen. There we go. There's the oops we were looking for. So now we can end our turn This deck is very slow to play, I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the biggest downsides of this deck. If you can't get out your cards fast enough, you're not gonna win. And there's a good chance you're not going to be able to get your cards out fast enough. Ooh, this is a situation. I think we let the attack go through because, yeah, we have enough life points. We're gaining enough life points with Fairy Smile. We can now activate, oops, we can get rid of our Vajra. Get rid of that. Activate Vajra's effect. Chain it with Labris, right? Chain it with Labris. We normal summon Labris. And then we summon a Vajra as well. We use Vajra's effect to send that to the graveyard. Ooh, I can't summon. Okay, we're gonna resummon this one. We're gonna let Labris's effect go. That's okay. That's okay. And then now we can set a Labris, and then we can special summon a Volcanosaurus using these two here. Volcanosaurus can now come out. We can activate Volcanosaurus' effect by sending Vajra to our graveyard. Destroy his Blue Eyes White Dragon. He takes 1500, and then we end our turn. We don't have a monster that can deal enough damage to get rid of his Azure, so we're going to have to summon Super Quantum Mech Beast next. Why do you keep trying to activate your effect? It's not going to happen. Pretty weird that he keeps trying, but
Give up.
Oh well. So he does have that Iron Scarecrow. We do have to keep that in mind, and that is the middle column that we have to remember, so that way whenever we do get an MST, I want to get rid of that one. So he sends Spirit to the graveyard. Ooh, okay. So he adds another Blue Eyes to his hand. What did he just send to the graveyard? Solid. Summons another Blue Eyes. He's going to be able to attack Volcanosaurus. Okay, this is not looking too good. But you guys can see how we are making our way through this, right? You guys can see how we're able to summon multiple Xyz monsters. Be able to disrupt our opponents greatly depending on what Xyz monsters we have. What's our next target? I think our next target is our Mech Beast Mangler. Or, yeah, I think it's a Mech Beast Mangler is our next target. There's the MST. Fortunately, we're not in the situation where we can get rid of the Iron Scarecrow. Looks like he's having internet issues. If we win, we didn't deserve to win at all. So he does end up losing due to connection failure. I'm going to send him a nice because he would have won that one. But our next move would have been to activate MST to send Vajra to the graveyard so we can summon both of our set monsters. Then bring out another Xyz monster. So you guys can see how we can potentially bring out multiple Xyz monsters. If you have better rank 5 Xyz monsters than I do, probably do a lot more. So maybe, let me give you guys a list of some of them that you could probably use instead, just so that way you guys have an idea of some monsters that you would want to use. One of them that I think that you might want to use instead is Andreas, the Keeper of Armageddon. Maybe use him instead of Requiem. I think he might be pretty good because he allows you to destroy one face-up monster. You could even use this Constellar Palladius if you want, because all of our artifact monsters are light attributes, so you could potentially use him if you want, instead of maybe like, I don't know, Friezadon. Friezadon's not the best for this. And if you don't want to use Utopia Ray, Ultimate Leo, you could potentially use another Xyz monster that has a high number of attack points. Maybe, you know, King of Heavy Industry here, or Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon. Obviously their effects wouldn't be in play, but maybe you could use Gunkin Ship, Super Dreadnought. There are a lot of other rank 5 Xyz monsters that you could potentially use. Use ones that you are comfortable with, ones that you have obviously, or ones that you feel like could definitely help you in certain situations. But like I said earlier, this isn't the perfect deck obviously, so do mess around with it. Figure out how you want to play this deck, because this deck has a lot of variation, I will say, because artifact cards are just basically an engine for rank 5 Xyz summoning. Play around with whatever you got, see if there's some better combinations, and work on it yourself. I wouldn't recommend throwing gems into this deck per se, because you probably have a lot of these cards without even knowing it. So use what you have, see if you have a playable deck, and have some fun, because it's really fun to play during your opponent's turn essentially, because all of our monster effects happen during our opponent's turn. It's just when you want to activate it. I usually do it during the end phase because I have enough life points with Fairy Smile. But that's enough talking. Let's go through how to actually get these cards. So Vajra, you guys are going to get from dual drops of Sarah. Chakram, you guys are going to get as a dual drop from Sarah as well. Star Drawing, you guys are going to get from Raging Volcano, which I definitely recommend you should open because Volcanosaurus, number 61, which is his face right there.
Oh, really?
Is a good Xyz monster to have. It's nice. It has a decent effect that can be fairly universal, so it's good to have. Vehicle Attack is you're going to get from Future Horizon, so if you're working on a Stardust deck, you're definitely going to have some of these. Same with Labris, you guys are going to get from Future Horizon. MST, you guys know, and Atomic Theory. Griffin's Feather Duster, you guys didn't, I don't know if you guys got to see this or not, but Chakram and Feather Duster go very well together. Wouldn't recommend it like I said, but you get it from Ultimate Rising. And then Oops, which is a card which I recommend you have in this deck. You get it from Fantastic Art or Abyss Encounters. It's not a mandatory card like I mentioned before, but it is a good card. It's a trap card that you can activate during your opponent's turn to actually set off your whole chain and everything, and it's nice to have. Now if you're looking for the cards that I use specifically in my extra deck, we had Requiem Chaos number 80, which came from the Alito event, which is no longer available. So you can use other Xyz monsters that you see here. So Super Quantum Mech Beast Mangler I got from Shining Sunrise. Ultimate Leo Utopia Ray is a lifetime mission. That's how you get the Super Sparkly one. And then Kaiba Corp Cup, KC Cup, Zexal Weapon Leo Arm you get from Duelist Road Power of Zexal, Duelist Road World Dual Carnival, and Dual Capsule events. Whenever it comes back in those, like I already mentioned, Volcanosaurus comes from the one with his face on it. Tyras, Keeper of Genesis, comes from Rage of Volcano as well. Freezadon, you can probably guess, comes from Rage of Volcano, but you can also get it from Brave Hope EX box if you did open that. And then Wind Up Arsenal, you guys can get from Voltage of the Metal or Phantom of Rebellion. And then for the ability, just in case if you do want to run Fairy Smile, because I like Fairy Smile quite a bit, I believe it's from a drop, because it's not showing me how I got it, so I believe it's from a drop, but I could be wrong about that. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I would like to apologize for giving you guys such a not crazy deck compared to the other ones that I've been making. But I need some more cards, but I've been saving up all my gems because I know that the anniversary event's coming back around in like a day or two at the point of I'm recording. So all the packs are half off, and I'm really waiting for that so I can double my stuff and get you guys tons and tons of decks. But make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.